Okay, everybody, thanks for joining us today on our hashtag Auto Talk series. We are excited to be joined today by Cono Cirone from Causeway Honda.
Good afternoon.
Cono's coming on today to talk about using Facebook specifically to drive sales. I've known Cono for about 5 years. We've been working together through Authntk, and I've been seeing what you've been doing on Facebook, and I love it. So we thought, who better to have on to talk about this today?
I'm very happy to be here, and thank you for what you do for us with Authntk, John.
Absolutely, our pleasure. So before we jump into the auto stuff in the Facebook world, I gotta talk to you about the most pressing current news that's going on right now, WrestleMania 35.
Yeah. I did watch all 8 hours, 8.5 hours of WrestleMania. This is true.
Did you watch it live? Did you DVR it? What's your WrestleMania Sunday game plan?
We celebrated our daughter's 4th birthday, and then from 5 o'clock on, we watched it. All different members of the family got to watch their piece of the puzzle. My girls love Sasha and Bailey, so they were a little upset. I even hypnotized my wife into watching some of it, so it was really a fun week.
That is fantastic. I thought it was perfect timing that that WrestleMania was right before your interview. I was like, all right, we got to get it while it's hot. So that is perfect. So for me, my highlight, I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw highlights. I love any time that Shane is jumping off of something that's like 5,200 feet high.
Yes, pure nostalgia, and he's just in his comfort zone with those Evel Knievel stunts, and it was a great match too. They told a good story, him and The Miz.
Yeah, I like The Miz getting some primetime shine. They brought his dad. I don't know if that was really his dad, but they brought him out, which was cool. And then he pretty much just beat the crap out of Shane for like 10 minutes straight.
He got his licks in, and they told a great story. And you knew when they were climbing the scaffold, it was only going to end one way. And what a spot! That was awesome.
Yeah, right. So now you didn't go, right? It was in New York. It was not too far away.
No, I didn't go, and I had some good friends there. And unfortunately, the transportation getting home, some didn't get home till the wee hours of Monday morning.
Right.
But my brother-in-law sent us a lot of good footage. He was there, and it seemed to be a great weather day, and a lot of entertainment.
Gotcha. So what was your personal highlight from the event?
Great question. I think from the whole aspect of it, the women's main event just set a great message, for the direction of our culture and WWE. But that was awesome with those 3 women, Rousey, Charlotte, and Becky pulling it off. I wouldn't be honest if I didn't tell you, though, the return of John Cena and the Doctor of Thugonomics. That really was awesome and unexpected, and that was awesome.
Yeah, I thought what I was reading, a lot of people weren't surprised that Cena showed up, but they were surprised that he brought the doctor back.
Yes.
Big throwback, right?
Oh yeah, that was so cool, and he's just so relevant. And throughout the whole weekend, they do a nice job. And Saturday night, they highlighted some of the stuff that John does for Make-A-Wish Foundation. He wears all these different hats, from movie star to pro wrestler to the real person. And then to see him pull out the return of Dr. Thugonomics, I mean, it was just so fun to watch, and a lot of respect for for John Cena and what he's doing.
So what's the next big one? What are you looking forward to after WrestleMania?
It's a cool time for wrestling, and WWE. I'm not hired by them, so I'm not afraid to say this. But there's a new federation, All Elite Wrestling. They're coming in, and it's nice to have competition. So I think it'll make everyone sharpen their knives a little bit, and some familiar faces there. It's spearheaded by Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks. So some great minds there. But it's cool. WWE, they have something with Fox Sports happening, and look for a lot of WWE and NFL to be running parallel with Fox Sports. So there's some things to look forward to.
Very cool. That's awesome. All right. Well, if you want to jump back in here with any more wrestling talk throughout, feel free.
Yeah, I may not be able to contain myself, so you really got me off on the right foot this morning.
All right. Perfect. All right. So we'll hop in. We'll start talking here about some auto stuff. Give me a little bit of your background. What do I know you're at Causeway
Sure.
Honda now. How'd you get there? How long you been there? What's your role and what are your
Yes,
responsibilities?
I was very fortunate. In the summer of 2007, I went on board with Causeway Honda, and this has been my only home in the car industry. And for basketball, I like to consider myself like a Tim Duncan. I don't want to play for any other team. I love working. I can honestly tell you, for the last 12 years, I love coming to work every day. And there's so many things I'm grateful for. Causeway, we are celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. Mr. Wintrode purchased Causeway in 1969, Causeway Ford. And we've certainly evolved. I'm proud to be a manager in the Honda store. We offer Nissan, Hyundai, and the mothership, the Ford Lincoln store.
That's fantastic. And your role there, you're a sales manager, is that right? Or
That's correct. Yeah. For the last 5 years, I've been a sales manager, and I actually got promoted the month that we started Authntk in November of 2013. And I wouldn't be proper if I didn't say thank you, because I really took a liking to what you offer. And I got promoted at a young age. I was 24 at the time,
mm-hmm.
and it really was a little risky, I think, on management to put a younger guy in there. And I got very low. Take it back. I was 26. Sorry, I was 26.
Okay.
But they took a shot, and the video is a big part of what we do here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for someone like you, video, your personality can shine through and show people who they're working with and make them feel comfortable. I think that you're natural on camera. So it makes sense that once you started getting video, you just kind of shot up the ladder, right?
It's so true. And like I said, I do owe you a thank you, because I really don't know without us going that direction if I would have my spot at that time.
That's awesome. Well, you're welcome, and thank you for using it and being a champion. All right, so let's talk Facebook. We've been friends on Facebook for a while, so I've seen your content and stuff, and I feel like in the last, I don't know, is it fair to say in the last year or two, you have sort of taken your Facebook and not turned it into a marketing tool, but in a sense, sort of. To where you're sharing a lot of dealership content on your own personal Facebook.
Yeah, 100%. And it has evolved. Our business, the car business, our number one showroom is the virtual showroom. The days of waiting for fresh clients to walk through the door, it's not as common as it once was. And Facebook is such a great platform, and it's very fun to utilize too. There's no rules. The only rules I say are just be honest and have fresh content,
Mm-hmm. Does Causeway support you in that and support you guys individually and getting out there with it?
Yeah, Causeway is awesome, and Facebook's great. You can go back and search, and even as far back as 2010, we were sharing delivery posts and come on in to get a good deal. And I know Facebook was still popular then, but now it seems like almost the norm. But as far as Causeway goes, we've devised even a position for our internet marketing person, and she does a great job. She goes from showroom to showroom, and every day someone will contribute a little bit, whether it be a walk-around video, a testimonial, something that we offer, and it keeps everyone fresh. And it is a requirement to work here to have some sort of social media presence. No one's forced to do it, but everyone's reaping the benefits.
Right. So it's something where it may not be written in your contract, but the new folks see you guys doing it, see the managers doing it, and it leads to sales, right? So everyone sort of jumps on board. Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have a say in what goes on the dealership Facebook, or is that does she just run with whatever she's?
Yeah, and everyone has their own bit of creative control, and we don't want anyone to be uncomfortable. But come to find out, if you're not out of your comfort zone, you may not get the full potential of what you can do. And everyone has their own little niche, and it's really fun to watch. We're competitive. Causeway's biggest competition are ourselves. We're trying to beat the Ford store every month, and those guys are the kings of the castle, man. They're awesome. And but I would lie if I didn't tell you I constantly share every store's work, and it's all positive, and we're all in this together. There's good synergy, and there's so many different things from if there's a promotion going on, if there's a vehicle that it's an irreplaceable, low mile, pre-owned car, unique, those are the things we're all in unison, and it's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that about Causeway. I know you guys pretty well now. I've worked with the whole group, and I see Kuna down there at Hyundai, and you guys all, going back and forth, sharing each other's posts and supporting each other. That creates would you say that creates a really good culture?
It's such a great culture. Yeah. And I still consider Kuna the godfather of, he's always one step ahead in every breath, and including social media and videos. And he's a great person. The guy you see on the video is the same guy at a softball practice last night. He was asking all the girls if they knew who Cyndi Lauper was. And the 4- and 5-year-old girls were just looking at us like we had 3 heads, and I couldn't help but just laugh. He's such a cool guy.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
We just want to have fun is where he was going with that,
Right. I love it. So for your personal Facebook, I see that you do a lot of video versus, say, posts or pictures. Why do you choose video for Facebook?
Yeah, I think one thing is I try to always be different and fresh, and at certain times I think it's appropriate to do a post or a meme or just some words. But a video, truthfully, I think can connect with someone, and maybe it can just give a little extra, and maybe you can tell it's a real person on the other side of the camera or a smartphone you're watching it through. It's cool, and I like the videos, and we would go a step further. We put some music in there, and it's a great platform, and I just think it connects with someone watching it a little more.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think I know during the football season you had your weekly videos where you were, talking about specials guys had going on, new vehicles, but then you were also doing your football picks where you'd have people comment on there. Was that pretty successful as far as getting interactions and stuff?
It was so cool. And one thing it did, it kind of leapfrogged where we would have my friends in there, but then we would ask them to tag or get someone else involved. And we'd have people I never spoke with putting in their picks. And
that's great.
We had some, I have a good friend at Buffalo Wild Wings. We had some Buffalo Wild Wings gift certificates in there, local pizzeria. They were giving us gift certificates to give out, and it was cool, and it was humbling, and I love football too, so it was nice to see all these picks coming in, and it was really cool.
So if you could mix wrestling with the NFL with getting people in good cars, you're perfect, right? That's your dream scenario.
Oh my God. Yeah, if anyone in WWE or NFL needs a car deal, I promise to go all the way for you.
I love it. I read a stat the other day. It said by 2020, which is next year, crazy as that sounds, social media will influence up to 40% of auto sales. Do you think that that's accurate? Are you guys seeing that? What's the feedback?
Yes, I totally agree. And I don't know if you would agree. I think by 2021, that number may keep going up.
Right.
And I think it's for all the right reasons too. It's just everyone is on the phones. I do think too there's a certain part of our market that may not utilize what we use in our everyday. I get it, but there's strength in numbers, and I just continuously see more and more things on social media, not even just with car related in life. I feel like you go to the doctor's office, you've already filled out your patient application via their website and all these things. But for our industry, it's how great is it for a customer? Fellow car guys may not want to hear this, but they get their best price in 4 clicks,
Right.
and it's a new market, and we got to adapt and embrace it, and think about how easy it is to buy a car now for a person that doesn't buy a car every 10 years. So it's great.
Yeah, the younger generation, especially, the millennials are hitting the workforce and they're starting to buy cars. So this is the communication they grew up on, right?
Oh, it's so true. It really is.
Yeah. Does anything come to mind when you think about sort of using Facebook as a sales tool or a brand awareness tool? Do you have any interactions that kind of come to mind as memorable?
Yeah, and I think it's as simple as the expression would be, let people know what you do. But as long as you can be consistent, and if it's posting a delivery photo, if it's posting your car of the week, if it's sharing a great review that someone gave you.
Mhm.
The video obviously would be probably the number one way to go with it. But all of those things tie in, and I think you'll just reap the benefits because people like to know someone in the car business
Mhm.
and, stand behind what you do. One thing, just like any referral you would get, make sure you roll that red carpet out for someone that you're bringing in via social media, via a family member or a friend, and give them that experience that you want them to go home with and tell their friends about. Yeah.
Right. Something that's then shareable for them on social media, right?
Yeah.
How important are social reviews to you guys, whether it's Facebook, Google reviews, or the others?
Yeah, it's so important. And I know whether I'm going to Best Buy, Home Depot, or anywhere to purchase something, I'm looking on my phone to review. And I know I'm not the only one that does that. But it's so important that when they're reviewing your dealership, hey, I had a great experience with this salesperson. Um, it was the best car buying experience. Well, now here you have, when someone goes to do that search, they may want to deal with that salesperson. And it's a great feeling to be that person when someone's coming in saying, hey, I just saw a review. I don't know who you are, but can you show me the Civic? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what it's all about.
They're coming in to ask for you because they read about you or their friend posted about you or shared your video or something.
Yes, and I'll give a testimonial. We have 3 salespeople that just started with us the beginning of last year.
Mhm.
And after each month, we do a monthly review with the managers and the salespeople individually. These 3 salespeople are hitting their goal every month and seeing a tremendous amount of business because of social media. They don't have people coming back on their lease from 3 years ago. They're doing self-promotion, and they're really just doing a great job, and they're getting business that they wouldn't get if they weren't doing what they do. And proof is in the pudding, and just proud to work with these people. They're really good job.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you had sort of 2 tips or 2 things that sales folks could start doing, whether they're new to Facebook or new to the industry, what would be your top 2 pieces of advice for them?
Yeah, great question. The first thing is to be consistent and be on there and get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You don't have to do a walk around video every time, but you could do that walk in your service department and say, hey, we're lucky. We offer free oil changes for life.
Mhm.
That's great. It saves them a lot of money. So be original is one of them, and be creative. Those 2 things. If you're original and creative, with the creative comes consistency. I think those combined, just be original and consistency, and you'll really reap the benefits. The reason I say consistency, when someone sees a video, they may not just be in a position to come in and buy from you, but by the 3rd month that they saw you're doing something that's not to say too over the top or the same exact thing,
Mhm.
they may just say, wow, let's see what's going on here. Let's see it,
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing that jumps out to me with your Facebook is the authenticity, right? You're out there, you're having fun. You're talking about the football games or the Giants and WrestleMania. And I think that goes a long way for people to trust you and see who you are and feel like they know you before they come into the store,
Thank,
right?
thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, perfect. I just had one more question. Anything else you want to add before we sort of wind it down?
Yeah, first off, thank you first for having me here, and secondly for the compliments. And one thing and I think like I see with great people I work with, I'm still learning, and everyone in our business should still be learning and willing to get better. And
Mhm.
there are things that I critique myself. I'm a pretty tough critic, and I want to get better at. And it may take, oh man, why did I do that in that video? Well, that's something I can get better at, or adapting. And it's just something. Just keep being positive. But I'm really honored to be on here today.
Awesome. Well, we're honored to have you. I did want to ask you one thing that you mention often in your videos are a couple of charities.
Sure.
So I want to give you a chance to kind of talk about those. I've seen David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation and the Strikeout Autism Challenge. Do you want to talk about those a little bit?
I'm so happy you mentioned these 2 groups. The first one I'll start off with is the Strikeout Autism. This is it's been now in its 6th year, and it's ran by Mr. Jerry Frulio. He was one of my high school teachers,
Cool.
personal role model, and he's a baseball coach. He also happened to play collegiate baseball at George Mason,
Mm-hmm.
and he's really spoke of highly for what he's doing, and he's a great man. He's a dad, and this brings awareness to autism. It's, I believe, usually the first Saturday every April. And they get about 30 teams together all through the county, and they raise a lot of money. I think they raised somewhere north of $10,000
Oh, wow.
last year. And such a great thing. And Mr. Frulio is such a great man, and when he's just contagious, what he gives off, great vibes.
Very
And
cool.
for David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation, I was very fortunate to meet with David through some other local friends of mine. And it's a local organization, and it helps folks that are dealing with cancer that don't have the funds or the help in some areas. And this foundation is a 100% nonprofit organization, and they do such a great job with helping these people through the hardest thing you're going to go through in life.
Mm-hmm.
And over the past 2 weeks, there was a gala at the Camden Aquarium, Hope Under the Sea, and with a tremendous amount of great people, they were able to answer 44 applications for families in need.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's such a tremendous thing. And something I've evolved, I'm on social media, I want you to buy a car.
Mm-hmm.
But my platform now, I want people to know about David's Dream and Believe Cancer Foundation
Mm-hmm.
and Strike Out Autism, because those are the things that we can replace a car. But health and well-being, those are things we can't replace. And I would rather someone share those foundations than my video. Uh, I'm going to help you with a car no matter what. But these groups are helping people that need it. And thank you for asking me about that.
Awesome. Yeah. What we'll do is when we post these, we'll put links to the foundations as well. So people, we easily direct them either to donate or just learn more. So that's really cool. We're happy to kind of, hopefully maybe we can partner a little bit on that.
Oh, no, thank you. And I have to give you an endorsement. Authntk, we've been so lucky to have it. But on a personal, if there was ever a question, you immediately respond to us. You're on the spot, and you give tips to us, and you watch our videos, and you're very hands-on. But there doesn't go a day in our showroom that we don't deliver a vehicle or get an appointment because of your program and because of the video. And Authntk is great. Text message form, an email, but it helps us. So thank you. And it's every single day. And thank you, John.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Cono. All right, cool. Well, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Any last Causeway shout outs? What specials you guys got going on for the spring?
Yeah,
hit them with
we're
it.
in our selling season. If you wanted to come in for a test drive and head over the mainland to the over the Causeway to the LBI, we got a great place to be in the summer. Another great thing for Causeway, we're celebrating our 50th anniversary. So it's a fun thing to be around. Each month, Causeway, Mr. Wintrode, is donating $10,000 to a random nonprofit organization. So there's just so many powerful things going on. But just very grateful to be at Causeway every day, and we thank you for your contributions as well.
Fantastic. Thank you, Cono. This has been hashtag Authntk, Cono Cirone with Causeway Honda. Go check him out on Facebook. Give him a follow. Give the store a follow. There's a lot of good content going on, and Cono's super entertaining. He's a genuine guy, and he's a fun follow. So make sure you hop on Facebook and check him out.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, Cono.